Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam panghum langhayate gram Yat kripatam ham bande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram. Hare Krishna. Projector. Okay, and put later. Sometimes in our spiritual life, a question, as we make progress, a question comes that where am I stuck? This process of Krishna consciousness is supposed to be bringing people to so much ecstasy, and I see so many devotees who become completely ecstatic, chanting and dancing. But why I'm not feeling that ecstasy, that happiness which I'm supposed to be getting from this process of Krishna consciousness? I see he gets, but what's missing? Where is that thing that I'm not getting, that developing that devotion to Krishna? So in this regard, anytime face such problem, difficulty that if faced, then hear attentively, and if not faced, hear very, very attentively, because if you know the secret, you will not face. If you don't know the secret, then you have to go through that tough phase and come back. Okay. Let us also welcome back our very dear Sai Aditya Prabhu. Haribo! Sai Aditya Prabhu has went to Tirupati Dham also, and he has brought for all of us special Tirupati laddus. Haribo! So very grateful to Sai Aditya. So make sure we distribute after the class. Those who write offering, they get it. So because we spoke a little bit on Tirupati, we can remember Anantacharya. We can remember Anantacharya's exclusive devotion and understanding to Special Master. So the question was asked that, what is that which is not letting me progress? Where I get stuck? Why is it that maybe Krishna conscious process seem to be working very nice, and then after some time some difficulties start to come? It's not necessary, it's not a part of the process, please mind it. It's not that it's a part of the process that you will lose taste in bhakti. No, sorry. A part of the process is that you should just anandam buddhi vardhanam. Ambudhi Vardhanam. Ocean of bliss keeps increasing only, right? There is no question of decreasing. In case decreasing means something has gone wrong. So कहाँ गलती कर बैठते हैं हम भक्त लोग? In this regard, I heard one nice story of Sheikh Chilli. Sheikh Chilli का नाम कितने लोगों ने सुना? और जो स्टोरी मैं सुना रहा हूँ, सुनाने वाला हूँ, वो कितने लोगों ने सुना है? Serious. So in this regard, I heard very nice story of Sheikh Chilli that once upon a time, Sheikh Chilli एक पेड़ की डाली पे बैठा हुआ था, sitting on a branch of a tree, and while he was sitting on the branch of the tree, he was cutting the branch of the tree on which he was sitting. And then one person, passed by from the down and he says, "Hey, क्या कर रहा है?" क्या हुआ? अरे गिर जाएगा. You are very envious of me because I have got such nice branch and I am going to utilize it, so you are envious of me, that's why you are speaking like that. Get lost. So he didn't hurt. He kept cutting. Kept cutting. और क्या हुआ? गिर गया. So he is telling that you will fall down. And then he kept cutting, and then what happened? He fell down. And as he fell down, he was just thinking, this fellow who came, he must be astrologer. So immediately he ran behind him. He says, "My dear sir, it seems you are an astrologer. आपको पता था कि मैं गिरने वाला हूँ." So when he said that ये astrology नहीं है, this is common sense. कॉमन सेंस की बात है कि नहीं? सो सिंपल सा स्टोरी, छोटा सा स्टोरी, बट बहुत गहरा इसमें एक तत्व है. व्हाट इज दैट? दैट इफ वी शुड ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दैट व्हाट एक्चुअली हेल्प्स मी टू कनेक्ट टू कृष्णा. So because my connection to Krishna is very much is happening only through Guru Parampara. It is not an independent connection. It is through the Guru Parampara that we get connected. So similarly, this branch for Sheikh Chilli was a branch which was connecting him to the root of the tree. Right? And this root of the tree was giving that kind of stability by which he was peacefully sitting. Right? So we are peacefully practicing Krishna consciousness because we are connected through some branch and connected to the root, to the very foundation. Right? But if we neglect, and if we neglect to acknowledge that, and rather on the other hand, and honestly speaking, material world is designed in such a way that when you don't acknowledge relationships in your life, when you don't regularly work on these things, on relationships, with devotees, with the spiritual master, with Srila Prabhupada, then with time, naturally it deteriorates. Right? This is law of gravity. Right? Law of gravity is applicable everywhere. If you don't put a equal and opposite force, contracting mg, right? Then it will naturally go down. Yes or no? If your force is less than mg, then you're slowly going down. And if there's no force, you'll go down very fast. That's all. Right? So it's very simple formula, and hence it's very essential that there is a constant effort, in uplifting our consciousness and developing that relationship with Guru Parampara, with the spiritual master, with Srila Prabhupada. And what to say of cutting the branch? Because by default we cut the branch. If we don't work on it, we start finding faults with our superiors, with the devotees, with everyone. Or we just forget to acknowledge anything. We start thinking, I am all in all. We become so proud and puffed up. So hence, these are the wonderful opportunities to express our gratitude. Right? Because when we have appreciation in our heart for those whom we need to appreciate, but we don't appreciate, that is where we get stuck in the spiritual life. So we need to appreciate some people in our life very seriously, right? And work hard and express our gratitude to them. And when we don't do that, then we get stuck. So once Radheshyam asked this question, how can you understand someone is advancing in Krishna consciousness? What is the answer? How can you, one word answer, how can you understand that someone is advancing in Krishna consciousness?
Appreciation.
If I connect to devotees, very good. Yeah. You have summarized what I spoke. Thank you. Yes. It is in the reason. Gratitude. Anyone else? Indebtedness. Gratitude. Okay. Yeah. So the answer which Rai Shankar gives, and which actually encompasses all the answers, is given by Rishabh Prabhu. That is appreciation. That means, that means you can check whether you are advancing in a spiritual life if you can just keep seeing this thing. Whether day by day my appreciation for the devotees around me is increasing. Day by day my appreciation for Srila Prabhupada is increasing. Day by day my appreciation for Prabhupada books is increasing. Day by day my appreciation for holy name. What is it? Deities. Appreciation for deities is increasing. Mangala Arati is increasing. Guru Puja is increasing. Holy names is increasing. So day by day we are seeing that I am finding this to be so wonderful. I am just honestly able to appreciate everything. जो कुछ भी हो रहा है हमारे कुलदीप प्रभु आ गया तो मेरा भाषा चेंज हो गया अभी, ठीक है. कुलदीप प्रभु को देखकर मेरा इंग्लिश हिंदी में ट्रांसफॉर्म हो गया, ठीक है. शायद प्रभु यार ओके ना, if I speak in Hindi for something. So अगर हमारे समय के साथ भक्तों, प्रभुपाद की किताबों, श्रील प्रभुपाद जी के प्रति प्रशंसा बढ़ती जा रही है, तो इसका मतलब हम भक्ति में प्रगति कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. तो इसलिए बहुत आवश्यक है हमको इसके ऊपर समय समय पर विचार करते रहना कि मैं भक्ति में प्रगति कर रहा हूँ कि नहीं. इसको इस प्रकार से हर समय चेक करते रहना चाहिए. तो इसलिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है. It is very essential for us to every day remind ourselves of our connection to परंपरा. And that's why इसीलिए हम लोग रोज सुबह स्टार्ट करते हैं दिन. जनरली हम स्टार्ट करते हैं जैसे मंगल आरती. मंगल आरती कैसे स्टार्ट करता है? क्या कैसे स्टार्ट करते हैं मंगल आरती? वंदे गुरु श्री चरणारविंद संसार दावा नलदीप. Because we begin with the gratitude and appreciation for a special master. Obviously, gratitude is a deeper form of appreciation. So appreciation in general can be a general appreciation. Oh, Prabhupada did this for the whole world. This devotee is doing like this for this. So this is a general appreciation. But gratitude is a very specific personal appreciation from our heart. So hence gratitude goes much more deeper form of appreciation. And surely, as Saurabh said, if we are connected, so this is how we become connected. The connection is not just Connection is not just staying with devotees. Maybe we are around and surrounded by devotees, but connection is more heart to heart based on how much we are appreciating this association, how much we are feeling grateful for it. And hence, all of your answer was right. So we do Mangal Arati, we do Guru Puja. All this is for appreciating Srila Prabhupada. So this is very, very essential. In a similar way, we have to develop appreciation for our facilitator, for mentor, counselor, spiritual master, and ultimately Srila Prabhupada, by whose grace we receive all this. Right? Because through these devotees, we get connected and get nourished. And more we have appreciation for these devotees who are connecting us to Krishna, more we are actually more we will actually experience Krishna consciousness in our life. And hence it's very, very important. And hence writing offering and reading offering to Srila Prabhupada is a very, very special opportunity which we receive every year, at least once, right? Actually, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, he used to write everyday offering to Srila Prabhupada. And that is the ideal way, that daily we write to Prabhupada, daily we write. Anyone has habit, before or after any time, habit of writing diaries? Writing diaries. So when you write diary, some of you, not everyone. So when you write diary, you write about what happened today or something. So that same diary writing can be transferred to writing a letter to Srila Prabhupada every day. Right? So one can write to Srila Prabhupada that, Srila Prabhupada, I am so grateful to you today. Today I saw this devotee help me in this particular way. I am so grateful, by your mercy I am getting such a loving association of devotees. And that way we can write, today I went for preaching and although I am in so much of Maya, although I am myself struggling to practice bhakti, but just on the order of the devotees, I went out for preaching, and today I had such a wonderful experience. I just felt that it is such a wonderful activity that although I am so a fallen person, I am able to carry your message to all these people, and I see that how these people are getting transformed by your message. So although I am not able to so much practice and experience that happiness, but I am so happy to see how your magic works so wonderful. All I need to do in my life is to apply what you have taught and speak to others. And in that way my life will be perfect and I will be spreading happiness. So like that, just keep thinking and keep writing. And in that way develop that deeper and personal relation with Prabhupada. It is very essential. It is so very essential to do this. Because we all need relationship. We need some personal relationship. You can't, this Mayavadi's philosophy of saying that, hum sab, we are like, we are one, sab ek hai. This all can never satisfy the heart. This is only arising out of frustration. Right? This Mayavad philosophy is simply arising out of frustration. So much problem, this, that, छोड़ के zero कर दो सब, like that. ये philosophy कोई tangible नहीं है. इसमें कोई रस नहीं है. और ना तो ये truth है, ना तो इस philosophy में कोई सच्चाई है, ना तो इसमें कोई रस है. बहुत hard को burning philosophy है. But the real philosophy is that we need relationship. And those Mayavadis who say that they want to give up relationship, they will end up in some other relationships. So you need that. So hence, writing offering is an opportunity to develop that connection and relationship with Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada, writing offering to Prabhupada, next point I wish to say is that Srila Prabhupada is personally present. Okay? Don't think you are writing offering in air. That, okay, maybe someone may read it. Srila Prabhupada, the spiritual master, and the great souls, are accessed beyond limitations of space and time. Okay, right? And, whether they have left this world and gone back to Godhead, or whether they are here in different parts of the world. You know? So like that. So even when Srila Prabhupada was present here, it was not that physically he was present with every single devotee. There were so many devotees, Prabhupada disciples, who could meet Srila Prabhupada only maybe once from a distance, and some of them even not even that. They got initiation by letters. You know, right? So they didn't even met Prabhupada. You know, maybe they saw in the crowd, you know, somewhere, Prabhupada, like that. But they were then met. But they dedicated their full life to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada reciprocates with them every day. It doesn't require so much personal, physical personal touch. But the personal relationship is accessed beyond space and time. So hence we should know that when we write offering to Prabhupada, it has a very special effect in your spiritual life, because Prabhupada is personally reciprocating. And Prabhupada personally acts in the life of devotees. One point of time, once one Srila Prabhupada disciple, he, in the West, he cooked maida halwa, maida halwa for Prabhupada. And he gave to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was not at all happy. Prabhupada saw it and what is this? Prabhupada was not happy. So when Prabhupada he found that Prabhupada was not at all happy with this item, then he immediately went to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur lamination, and he started praying, started crying and praying that please, because it is said that grandfather is more merciful than father. Prabhupada himself said that. So then he went to Bhakti Thakur and started praying, that please, I am so unqualified. I am not able to please my spiritual master. I wanted to please him, but I did something which is not so pleasing. Oh, like that he was crying and praying. And then when he found out from the devotees that actually, later on Prabhupada ate that halwa and appreciated it. Said, very nice. You made a very good halwa. Thank you. And then he was so happy, that his service was received by Srila Prabhupada because he prayed to Bhakti Thakur. So in a similar way, because grandfather is more merciful than father, so when we are in some difficulty and we are not able to please our superiors, obviously we should be approaching Prabhupada by pleasing our superiors. But sometimes we may find I am unable to please. I am unable to please devotees. I am unable to please my spiritual master. We can always approach Prabhupada. Prabhupada is our grandfather. Haribo. Right? So when you pray to Prabhupada, Prabhupada will help. Prabhupada helps in so many ways. You pray to Prabhupada, how many of you have any experience of praying to Prabhupada and getting reciprocation? Milan Prabhu has 2 hands raised, and others have 1 hand raised, and some have half hand raised. And others will raise hand probably after 1 year. if you sincerely pray today. So today when you write offering, you sincerely offer praise, and hope next year when I ask this question you can raise your hands. And you can experience reciprocation. Obviously to experience reciprocation you have to little bit meditate also. Like once I was just, I have in my OneNote, I had one folder of Srila Prabhupada offerings, where every year I write offering there. So since 2012, every year I can see all my offerings in one sheet, what is that called? One section, all the offerings are there. So once I was just going through, after many years I was just going through my old offerings. And when I went through the offerings, then I realized that how Srila Prabhupada was reciprocating always with me. I didn't notice it. Then I started reading that I prayed on this particular year offering certain thing, and I found that that is the year this happened. And I prayed next year. I prayed something like this, and this is what's happened. Sometimes you may not even notice it, that how Prabhupada is reciprocating in your life. But when you write offering sincerely, actually Prabhupada hears it, and Prabhupada works in your life and do it. And I saw for almost 3-4 years, from 2015, 16, 17, 18, almost, I continuously wrote offering. In that offering, I don't know why I was writing these offerings, but every offering I was writing about serving, in making a god. That time I was in Albert Road Temple, and there was no proper plan for how the new town will be developed was coming out. The land was taken, but what will happen, no one has any idea. But somehow in every offering I was writing about that, you know, that you desired a gorgeous branch here in Calcutta, so please, use me as an instrument, like that. ऐसे कुछ तो offering में ऐसे लिखता रहता था. And then 2019, I got fully shifted there only. And I was given quite a responsibility to help develop that place. So Prabhupada is always helping. Prabhupada is always reciprocating with whatever you pray. If you pray from any difficulty you are going through, Prabhupada will help. So he reciprocates. So let us let us utilize this opportunity to write offering. I will just So I'll just first of all narrate what all things we can do when we write offering to Prabhupada. So what to write? This I'll keep it here while you write. So what to write? First thing, this is just a format. But you don't have to be so mechanical to just follow this format. Okay, you have to. The main rule of writing is that write from your heart. Okay, just pour out your heart. But this is some guidelines which can help you to pour out your heart in a certain direction. Okay. So first thing is you can appreciate Srila Prabhupada in general appreciation. For example, Srila Prabhupada, you did. How you suffered heart attacks when you were going through the Jaldota, how you suffered so much simply to help give Krishna consciousness to the Western people, how you struggled so hard despite getting any difficulty, you remained fixed up in the mission of your spiritual master. And that way you taught us by your own example how we should never give up in whatever difficulties or failures we face in trying to serve the orders of spiritual master. How you remain how you had so much faith. So in that way we can write a lot of appreciation, and so like that in general. Then after that, gratitude. So as I told, gratitude is a deeper subject that is more personal. So expressing gratitude for what we have got. Everything we have is by His mercy. So in case you are able to appreciate the voice, how many of you can appreciate what a fortune we have? जैसे एक महेश प्रभु कल बोल रहे थे कि कैसे वो इतना ज़्यादा फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हो गए थे क्या हॉस्टल के मेस से, और उधर तो पूरा नॉन वेज और मतलब पूरा प्योर वेजिटेरियन घर से आ रहे हैं, घर परिवार से आ रहे हैं, तो एकदम नॉन वेजिटेरियन उधर देखकर इतना फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हो रहे थे, लग रहा था कि मैं कैसे जीऊँगा यहाँ पर. तो शिला प्रभुपाद जी ने इसीलिए यहाँ पर एक ओएसिस बनाया. पूरा ये एक डेजर्ट है. डेजर्ट को क्या बोलते हैं? रेगिस्तान. और ओएसिस को क्या बोलते हैं? ओएसिस. एक रेगिस्तान में एक जलाशय है ना, एक रेगिस्तान में एक जलाशय की तो समान है ये, कि यहाँ पर कहीं दूर दूर तक कोई पानी नहीं है और यहाँ पर एक बहुत मीठा ठंडा रिफ्रेशिंग पानी है। तो ये प्रभुपाद जी ने बनाया कि यहाँ पर इतना अच्छा प्रसाद, खास करके हमारे भक्त लोग इतना प्रेम से बनाते हैं। आप भक्त लोगों के गुणों को समझेंगे, यहाँ पर जितने भक्त उपस्थित हैं उन लोग के क्वालिटीज़ को समझेंगे तो आप समझ पाएंगे कि ये कितना बड़ा फॉर्च्यून है कि ऐसे है ना, ऐसे सिंपल सरल और जिनके हृदय में भगवान के प्रति इतनी भक्ति भावना है, ऐसे भक्त लोग जो है कुकिंग कर रहे हैं और वो फिर भगवान को भोग लगता है, फिर वो प्रसाद मिलता है। मतलब इतना ज़्यादा सौभाग्य हमको मिल रहा है कि इसे कोई गणना नहीं कर सकते। सो वेरी वेरी ग्रेट फॉर्चून। So whatever mercy we are receiving, we can think about and express our gratitude to Prabhupada because it is by Prabhupada's grace. Else how a person who has come to IIT, externally speaking, may be a great place, but actually, in the true sense, seeing it's a spiritual slaughterhouse, as Prabhupada said. The people bought a little bit spirituality, if किसी के पास रही हो, उसको ख़त्म करने के लिए यहाँ पर पूरा बंदोबस्त किया गया है। ठीक है, तो मुझे याद है 2008 में यहाँ पर एक IIT खड़गपुर में एक वेजिटेरियन मेस हुआ करता था। जब हम लोग थे यहाँ पर 2007 तक वेजिटेरियन मेस था, तो उस वेजिटेरियन मेस को तो हम लोग ने प्रसादम में कन्वर्ट कर दिया था। हम लोग उधर पे ऑफरिंग भी करते थे और फिर लाइन लगा रहता था। एच हॉल में जो मेस था वो वेजिटेरियन मेस था। और वेजिटेरियन जनरली मेस में क्या होता है, एक साइड वेज मिलता है, एक साइड नॉन वेज मिलता है। पर एच हॉल की मेस में एक साइड विद अनियन गार्लिक होता था, एक साइड विदाउट अनियन गार्लिक। ये हम लोग ने अरेंजमेंट कराया था बिकॉज मेस सेक्रेटरी हमारे डिवोटी थे। ठीक है, सो संदेश वोडगांवकर, लिविंग मीनिंगफुल लाइफ में आप उनका नाम देखेंगे। सो ही वाज द मेस सेक्रेटरी। सो समय ऑफरिंग भी होता था। लेकिन फिर 2008 में एक नया डायरेक्टर आया, दामोदर आचार्य नाम से। नाम तो बहुत अच्छा था। लेकिन वो आते ही सबसे पहले उसने बोला कि the first thing he did after coming was no vegetarian mess. Vegetarian mess, how IIT के अंदर vegetarian mess कहाँ से आ गया, उसको तुरंत abolish करना चाहिए, उधर भी नॉन वेज कंपलसरी होगा। तो एच हॉल में जो हमारे मेस सेक्रेटरी तो हमारे डिवोटी थे, तो उन्होंने सबको डिस्कस किया और सबसे 400 स्टूडेंट्स wrote a petition in from HJB hall directly that please don't stop it, we need it. And our devotees only were leading it. So our devotees went and met with the director, Shri Daya Prabhu, Krishna Daya Prabhu and Shri Mahaprabhu. These are the devotees who went with the petition to the director. And the director was like, impossible, right? Everyone should learn to eat non-vegetarian, right? But what they will do if they go out, Non-veg is compulsory, like that, So I'm saying that IIT बाहर से देखने में बहुत लग रहा है बड़ा इंस्टीट्यूट है, but actually in real sense it is a spiritual slaughterhouse. किसी के अंदर थोड़ा भी values है, उसको slaughter करने का एकदम बना के रखा हुआ है. So we have to change that idea. Obviously we can't blame the people only. We have to understand that there is a whole philosophy behind which all this is going on, and hence we need to work hard to help people understand. So how this has happened that even in such a place like this we are getting and not just vegetarian food, but we are getting Krishna prasadam cooked by devotees, with so much love and affection, with high purity, and such kind of devotees. How it's possible? So this is all by mercy of Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So that will write your gratitude for whatever you are receiving, holy names and everything. Meditate little bit on what I would be doing if Srila Prabhupada and his devotees won't come to my life. So you can This is a personal meditation. Immediately right now you do this meditation. You know, if Srila Prabhupada was not there and no such devotees would have come from Prabhupada to my room, you know, and what would be my situation today? क्या मैं कर रहा होता अभी? ज़्यादा मत सोचिए थोड़ा सा सोच के वापस आ जाइए बहुत ज़्यादा सोचेंगे तो माइंड पॉल्यूट हो जाएगा बट नो वन वुड बी अ सेम पर्सन है ना राइट आई थिंक आई शेयर दिस वंस आई वाज so everyone can think actually the what kind of friends and people you might be surrounding with before or after coming also and what you would be doing based on your own conditionings आपका जो भी conditionings है उस हिसाब से आज आप किस जगह पर होते so it's very very horrible so hence we can understand that how we have been helped and also we can thank Srila Prabhupada for giving us voice my counselor, Association of Devotees, Radhesham Prabhu, Prabhupada's disciples, ISKCON, temple, books, prasadam, so many things. We can keep writing what all gifts Prabhupada has given us. A mission, Prabhupada has given us a mission in life, a purpose, a meaning to our life. As what we will be doing just with the speed and no direction. Life is completely useless. And in the last, you also, one more thing which is not written here. There's reports. Also we should give a report to Srila Prabhupada. That means, how was your last 1 year? You can give our report of last 1 year, what all you did, how your last 1 year went and what all things you did nicely and what all things you wish to do this coming year. And pray for him, pray to him for only by his mercy we can advance. Cry to him just like Shivram Maharaj is crying. We'll read Shivram Maharaj offering. How many of you have read it, that offering? Offering by Shivram Maharaj. I hope everyone has read, but we'll still read it again. Right now, just before we start. Also take some commitments. You can, to improve yourself, you can take some commitments. So what mode we can write? I have no qualification. It's your mercy what I am made up of. I have got new life. Let me not miss the point now. Let me express my gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. I need his mercy. Without that, nothing will happen. I must develop relationship with Prabhupada that will protect us to be Krishna conscious throughout our life. And also we should remember, Srila Prabhupada is here. He reasons ill who says, Vaishnava die, for thou is living in his holy sound. Vaishnava die to live, living, spreading the holy names around. Right. This is a poem by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, written on the Samadhi Mandir of Haridas Thakur. So he reasons who says Vaishnava. Vaishnava never dies. He is always there. And anyone who is living, following his instruction, he is living with him. Because Vaishnava live in the holy sound. So through Prabhupada's books, Prabhupada's teachings, Prabhupada's disciples, Prabhupada's movement, and Prabhupada's deities, Prabhupada is there with us. Okay? Right. So always right offering, Prabhupada is there. So Srila Prabhupada is reading this offering and he is reciprocating as per how I want to serve. So now we will just read this offering by Shivram Swami. Hare Krishna. It's visible, right? And just after reading this offering, we'll start writing our own offerings. Okay. So this is one sample. Nice sample. This offering is so beautiful. His Holiness Indradam Swami Maharaj, he once said that this is the offering Indradam Maharaj always keeps with him. He always have a printout copy of it with him. And time to time he reads and cries immense tears of gratitude for Srila Prabhupada just reading this offering. And in that way, it just nourishes our heart whenever we read this offering. So I'm reading this offering from at least I think this statement from Indradam Maharaj I read, and after that I read this offering first time. I think way back in 2014 or 15 maybe. So at least since last 10 years we are reading this offering every year, and it is so nourishing. So let us read again. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet. All glories to you on the celebration of your appearance day. While planning a composition for your offering, I was attending to my regular correspondence. One letter stood out among the others. I enclose it here, translated into English for your pleasure. This is a letter. Dear Shivram Swami, Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I hope you do not mind my writing to you. I have never written to a spiritual master before. You do not know me. My name is Bhaktin Dora and I live in Pécs in Hungary. I am 14-year-old and I live at home with my mother and older sister. In 1992, I went to Hare Krishna festival with a friend. I was not very interested, but I enjoyed the chanting and dancing at the end. After it was over, I bought a book, The Science of Self-Realization. I do not know why. Generally, I never read. I think it was because of the chanting. I took the book home and cannot remember what happened to it. One day my mother found it and was very angry with me. She thought that I was reading this kind of thing. You see, our family members are very strict Catholics. They thought Krishna consciousness was some kind of brainwashing. Actually, I wasn't reading my book. I had forgotten all about it. Somehow it just appeared. Anyway, my mother was going to throw it away. My grandmother, who was 68, was in the kitchen at that time. She lives in the apartment upstairs. She came in and took the book. She looked at it and scolded me in a very heavy way. I thought that would be the end of it. I did not mind so much as I was in lot of Maya at that time. About a week later, I overheard a conversation between my mother and grandmother. Granny was saying that this was not some ordinary book. She said, what Prabhupada was saying is what Jesus Christ said, and that Krishna is God. I was very surprised. She said, we would listen to what Prabhupada said and chant Hare Krishna because that was the religion for this age. There was a lot of talk about how Christianity was no more and no one was following the Bible. But what Prabhupada said was pure and perfect. Things really took a turn from there. One day my grandmother visited the Namhatta center here and began to chant on beats. Haribol. She also began to buy Prabhupada's books one by one. She was spending all her pension on buying what she called the beautiful holy Bhagavatam. Haribol. Sometimes she could only afford to eat potatoes, but she kept buying the books. The devotees even came to her flat and helped her set up an altar. When I went upstairs, they had taken all the pictures down and there were Krishna pictures everywhere. That was really the beginning. One night, Granny had a dream about Prabhupada. Something really happened to her then. I don't know. This is 1994, remember. I don't know what it was, but she began to get very enthusiastic. Next, she began to get the whole family involved. I mean, not just me and my mother and sister, but her two sons, their wives, and 6 children, as well as her brothers, sisters, and relatives. Before she used to carry a Bible with her and quote Jesus Christ. Now she had a Bhagavad Gita and quotes the good Lord Prabhupada. She became a veritable transcendental terror. Everyone in the family has to chant at least one round a day. Rivo. In addition, Granny made everyone become a vegetarian, including my dog Sikra. And we offer our food to a picture of Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya. Now, I am also getting out of Maya and chanting and reading a little also. Where I go to school, my friends inquire about Krishna, as they know I am a devotee. The whole family goes to the Namhatta, all 16 of us. During the Christmas marathon, we all tried to distribute Prabhupada's book. Even Granny would take books with her to the market and sell them to the vendors. Everyone is afraid of her because she is fearless. They all think she has gone crazy, but she does not care. Now she is saving to go to Budapest, which is the capital of Hungary, to see the newly installed deities. She has heard that Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda came to Hungary and are being worshipped there by the devotees. She says she wants to see God just once in this life. Full faith in the deities. Deities have come and to see the God. At this year's Hare Krishna festival, you were speaking to the guests after the Kirtan. You must remember my grandmother, because she came and sat right beside you and asked so many questions. At the end, when you stood to leave, she even kissed your hand. Do you remember? I also wanted to ask a question, but I was shy. Could I please ask you now? I hope you do not mind, Maharaj. I want to know what kind of man Srila Prabhupada was. He must be so dear to Krishna to have spread this message all over the world. What are these books that changed my family so much? How is it possible that he can speak so powerfully through them? You must feel very fortunate to be his disciple. How great a man he is. Sometimes when my granny chants in front of a picture of Krishna, she cries. How does Prabhupada do that? I want to cry like that too. Granny dreams of Prabhupada and sometimes she talks to his picture. Although it says on the cover of the book that he passed away. Is Prabhupada really dead or is he still alive? Do you think I can meet him someday? I am sorry that I have gone on so. I would like to be a good devotee one day and help you and Prabhupada spread to Krishna consciousness. Please, could you answer my questions? Your servant, Bhaktin Dora. Srila Prabhupada, what is this brand of mercy that you gave this old lady I just barely met, that you never gave to me? She never met you, never saw devotees. She is not even initiated by you. What is this kindness you bestow upon her that you do not give to me, your fortunate disciple? What am I referring to? It is just this? After having come in contact with you just a few months, what inspiration did you give this granny in that dream? What did you move in her heart that made her change her life in its final days? That made her turn against the current of banality and tradition and strike out alone to change her world. No sympathy, no association, no institutional support. Boldness I do not possess. Changes I do not have the strength to make. Srila Prabhupada, I want to know what is that you say to her from your picture when she talks to you. I have so many pictures. You do not speak to me through them. Although I worship deities daily, I continue to see them as made of marble and wood. How is it that this old lady has a conviction that God has come to her country? Why have you not given such vision to me? Where did she get the conviction that a pilgrimage to the city capital would yield the final goal of her life? One last thing, Prabhupada. How is it that when Dora's granny chants in front of a picture, she cries? How do you do it? I want to cry like that too. When will you give me that mercy? Srila Prabhupada, this is one letter from one girl who came in contact with you. How many millions of such souls are there who have yet to write, who are directly experiencing your mercy daily, who read your books with implicit faith, whom you talk to in dreams and pictures, whose life you change abruptly and reward with tears when chanting the holy names? How many people cross the boundaries of rules and regulations by strong boat of your mercy and practice and taste Krishna consciousness in a realm beyond logic and argument? I think these people are meeting you every day. How will I acquire their good fortune? When will you one day bestow some of this special mercy upon me that you give to them? If I am not to acquire it directly, even after begging for it, then I will serve such souls who have reached your mission. I will offer them prasadam, give them your books, and show them how to practice. I will chat with them. Thus I can hope to gain a new perspective of your greatness, even though I may never fully understand it. Your insignificant servant, Shivram Swami Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So now you can write your offerings. Hare Krishna.